The Tampa Bay Lightning overcame an early 2-0 series deficit to oust the New York Rangers. They're headed to their third straight Stanley Cup Final, and Adam Denker of Locked On Lightning is with us to discuss the team's success and how they got there.
You're Locked On NHL, your daily podcast on the National Hockey League. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And welcome to the Monday edition of the Locked On NHL podcast. So glad you could join us today, and thank you for making Locked On NHL your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms. Today's episode is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline has you covered this season with more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline, where the game starts. My pleasure to welcome back to the show the host of Locked On Lightning, Adam Denker. And Adam, 3 straight trips to the Stanley Cup Final. Not too shabby. And, your team was down 2-0 in this series. And what changed? Let's open it up with that. What changed after game 2 that your team comes back and wins the next 4 games?
Well, Gil, really what it came down to in this series is that it came down to one team with a whole ton of experience and veteran leadership, and then it came down to another team with not a whole lot of experience and a little bit of veteran leadership. And that's really what won out in this series, really. I think I said it to Locked On Rangers host John Schick after the Rangers went up 2-0 in this series. I said, you guys better close this out quick, because if you even allow a sliver of hope or space to the Lightning, they're going to come back and win this series. And that's exactly what they did. They let them off the hook in games 3 and 4. And now you see the fruits of that labor of this Lightning team battling back.
So much talk about the offensive talent on this team, your Stamkoses and your Palats and the like. But let's talk about the defense, because this Rangers team has speed, they have skill, and the Lightning did a great job in the last 4 games, especially, of just slowing them down and shutting them down.
Yeah, the defense was key in this one. Especially you saw it in games 4 and 5. The Lightning defense did a fantastic job of clogging up the shooting lanes, and that's really what it came down to. I think the Lightning kind of got away from that early on in the series, and you saw the Rangers were getting a ton of chances up close to Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky, obviously the big story coming into this series was what version of Vazzy were we going to get after the Lightning having a week off. And, we kind of figured he was going to be a little rusty in games 1 and 2. I even said it myself, wait for game 3. You're going to start to see really vintage playoff Vasilevsky. And that's what we saw in games 3, 4, and 5. And even last night. And really, this defense was really a huge part of that, allowing him to get comfortable early on, not allowing those quick rushes early on to make any bit of difference, and not allowing any high danger chances. And it really starts from the top down. Victor Hedman had a fantastic series. Mikhail Sergachev had a goal, picked up his first goal in game 5. Eric Chernak, Ryan McDonough, just a fantastic effort from top to down, as well as the Lightning forwards doing a very good job on the back check as well.
You talked about the playoff experience, and one way I think that showed itself, especially in game 6, the Rangers tie the game with a power play goal, and it took 21 seconds for the Lightning to answer.
Yeah. I felt like, and maybe this is just me being overly optimistic in the moment, Gil, but even when the Rangers tied it up, I didn't feel an overwhelming sense of worry at all. You kind of always figured, especially after the last couple of years, that this team was going to find a way to win. I even tweeted it out that, great teams always find a way to win. And you saw that. And the answer came from their leader, Steven Stamkos, who has had a fantastic postseason, 9 goals now on the postseason. And it, like you said, it came down to experience, and really, unfortunately, the Rangers couldn't answer back.
Talk to me about the Rangers. They obviously gave the Lightning a good run for their money. What did you see from that team, and where do you think they stand going forward?
Well, I think the big storyline around the Rangers was that they were a little bit ahead of schedule this year. I don't think anybody really saw them to play as well as they did, not only in the playoffs but during the regular season. I see a lot of the early days of the Tampa Bay Lightning when we started to get Kucherov and Point and Vasilevsky, that core group that you see now, as well as some of the guys that they brought in via trade or free agency. You're starting to see some of that with the Rangers. Igor Shesterkin, almost, give him a couple more years. I think he'll be a little bit of a mirror image to Andre Vasilevsky. The Rangers are still yet in the phase of finding their number one scorer. Some people say Mika Zibanejad, others say Chris Kreider. But you know what? The horizon is limitless for this Ranger team going forward. I think they're going to be a very good team. I think that the Rangers and the Tampa Bay Lightning are going to be a matchup that you're going to see these two teams battle over in the playoffs for many years to come. And a great series from them. You saw a lot of what they can accomplish, but at the end of the day, the moment was just too big.
Now you have the Colorado Avalanche coming up in the Stanley Cup Final. What is it? Is there one player in particular? And we know Colorado is a deep and talented group, but is there one player in particular you think the Lightning have to shut down if they're going to win this series?
With the amount of superstar power that's on that Colorado team, you might have to ask me that question on every day of the week, and I might give you a different answer depending on who it is. But obviously the easy one is Nathan McKinnon, but I'm going to say Cal Makar. Cal Makar has had a fantastic postseason. He's really coming to his own this postseason. You're really starting to see him make the progression from just star player to superstar player. And I think that's really going to be someone that the Lightning are really going to have to hone in. Just not only his ability to score from any point on the ice, but his ability to skate as well as he can for a defenseman. And that's going to be something that the Lightning are going to really need to wrangle him in. I wouldn't be surprised if you kind of see someone sort of a shadowing on Tampa on Makar at certain points in the game. But yeah, he's definitely the number one guy I think Lightning fans should be concerned about going forward in this series.
Who do you think the shadow would be?
I would say I think it'll switch off from here and there. I think we might see maybe Alex Killorn here and there, depending on what the setup, what kind of setups we're seeing from Colorado. Could be Ryan McDonough, could be Victor Hedman. We'll see what John Cooper has in store for the Colorado Avalanche. I wouldn't put it past him to put any number of players on Makar, just because you have so many players on this team can not only score, but like we said earlier, can play defense.
What matchup in this series concerns you the most?
I think Nathan McKinnon versus anybody. I think Nathan McKinnon, anytime the Lightning play against one of the top 5 players in the league, we saw it earlier in the season with Connor McDavid. I said it early on in the playoffs that, that was one matchup I did not want to see. But yeah, Nathan McKinnon, I think his ability to do anything and everything on the ice is going to definitely make him a source of headaches for the Lightning D-men and the Lightning personnel. But I think this goes back to experience, Gil. I think that's what it's going to come down to. I think really it's going to be a matter of, can the Avalanche superstars overwhelm this veteran leadership core? And I think my answer is, as of now, especially what we saw in this Rangers series, my answer is no.
So your pick for the series?
Lightning in 7. I got myself in a little bit of trouble with the New York faithful in the conference final, saying Lightning in 5. So, but I these are two very good teams, and I expect the series to go the distance.
All right, Adam, why don't you tell our listeners and our viewers where they could find you on social media and where they could find the podcast?
You can find the podcast anywhere where audio platforms distribute podcasts. You could give us a follow on our YouTube channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, so as soon as the newest episode drops, you will be notified. Go ahead and give the show a follow on social media at LO_Lightning on Twitter, as well as LockedOn_Lightning on Instagram. Give me a follow on Twitter at DenkyDank, DenkyD8NK.
All right, Adam, always a pleasure. Looking forward to speaking to you during the Cup Final.
Thanks, Gil. Thanks for having me.
Today's episode is brought to you by Athletic Greens. I'll tell you, this is a product that I literally use every day. I started taking it because I hate taking so many pills and vitamins. I'm not very good at taking the pills, and I wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. So what is this stuff? Well, with one delicious scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. All these things. And it's lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free. It contains less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals, or artificial anything, and it costs you less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than your cold brew habit. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day, and that's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. And to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/NHL Network. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/NHL Network to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.